The big issue at the most recent City Council meeting had a lot to do with Meals on Wheels. Reporter Jacqueline Quinn has more on whether food trucks should be allowed on school grounds in the future.
There's been some controversy over why several food trucks have been cited at local school fundraising events. However, city officials are stressing that the talk should be about whether these trucks are even safe to begin with.
I've learned more about gourmet food trucks than I ever want to know.
The council discussion comes 2 weeks after officers gave out citations to food trucks at recent school fundraisers. Nearly half of the vendors present were not properly licensed or inspected, posing a serious safety risk.
One of the trucks last week was so deplorable. When the parking brake was engaged, the officer simply put his hand on the truck, leaned against it, and it moved.
Lieutenant Steve DeAngiu, a member of the traffic enforcement team, spoke about what happened the night of the Yukon event.
We had one police car with 2 officers. One officer issued the citations. Nothing could be farther from a sting or a raid.
Although food trucks were not asked to leave, some left to avoid getting cited. The city requires all food trucks to pass a vehicle safety inspection, which then allows owners to obtain a business license. And a parent with the PTA board who was involved with setting up the event says they didn't know about these requirements.
We did call the city, we called the school district. We were told what we needed to do, and what, we didn't know about the licensing of every individual truck. We didn't think about it. And we didn't know. We thought we asked all the correct questions, and apparently we didn't.
Police say there are many food trucks who do comply and are properly licensed to operate in Torrance. However, there's a lot that don't.
But when you look specifically at the gourmet food trucks, including the 6 inspections my officers did last week, they've failed 20 gourmet food trucks on basic safety inspections. Only 6 gourmet food trucks have passed safety inspections in the city of Torrance.
And with fines starting at $750, it's clearly no small matter. An attorney for some of the participants says there was a lot of confusion before the event, and the trucks were not trying to skirt the rules.
The trucks just want to follow the law. And if it's as simple as getting a license, walking in and getting a license, they're going to walk in and get a license.
While what happened at Yukon outraged fundraisers, officials say ultimately following current laws and being safe will help businesses and mobile vendors thrive in the long run.
This is the first city that's really addressed the school specific, so we're very excited.
Currently, LA County health inspection grades are not required to be posted in Torrance, but that may change. The city is also looking into creating a new program to reach out to vendors about permits and licenses.
Torrance is no exception to other cities in the county. A lot of our laws are fairly archaic. I mean, they deal with peddlers, and initially when ice cream trucks were coming into town, the schools wanted to keep them away, the ice cream trucks away from the schools and around children, and now it's kind of reversed.
City officials for now say if food trucks want to participate in school fundraisers, as long as they have a city business license and have had each of their vehicles pass a safety inspection, there shouldn't be any issues. For This Week in Torrance, I'm Jacqueline Quinn.
Earlier in the show, we told you about the Adopt a School program. The partnership between schools and local businesses supports education in the city. Another event that contributes to student growth recently took place in the city. Reporter Alexis Sita explains.
The Pegasus symbolizes wisdom. The Pegasus Awards honors educators with funds to enhance their classroom curriculum, specifically in the areas of science, technology, engineering, and math.
I'm really proud to say that ExxonMobil has been able to conduct the Pegasus Award for 15 years. That I think is a great achievement. We are very proud of it. Thank you.
And for the past 15 years, more than $1.2 million in classroom grants have been awarded. This year, ExxonMobil awarded $75,000 to TUSD educators for their creative teaching ideas.
From Madrona, History Investigation, Exploring History Through Inquiry, Lindsay Woodridge.
Educators also gathered to share their work and see the work taking place at other schools.
There were so many outstanding grants. I was very glad I didn't have to choose one.
And ExxonMobil's ongoing commitment is part of Torrance's emphasis on public-private partnerships.
But we also believe that being a good neighbor means listening to our community. And every year, the community of Torrance tell us that they expect businesses to support education.
And it continues to be an impressive commitment during difficult economic times. For CitiCABLE 3, I'm Alexis Sita.
ExxonMobil remains committed to the education of Torrance students. The Pegasus grants are in addition to the company's donation of $25,000 to the TUSD's Save Our Schools campaign. Still ahead, we'll tell you how you can purchase a special memento from a recent centennial event.
Up, college is hard. Down, those books are heavy.
My sport is football, but my passion is education.
Right up here.
So every year I take promising high schoolers on a college tour
Lights there, darks there.
to show them that higher education means a brighter future.
My name is Nnamdi Asamoah. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Find out how you can live United for education. Give, advocate, volunteer. Go to liveunited.org.
Do you wear this?
This can't be happening. This can't be happening.
Of course it's not happening.
Armored car.
Listen, having money isn't about luck. Make your own coffee, save $1,000 a year. Feed me.
Feed the pig.
George, it's a great deal. Only used a couple of times, and it gets great parsecs for very little dilithium crystals.
Well, I appreciate the offer, but what I really need is information about Social Security. How do I find out what my monthly payment will be?
Online.
How about if I just want Medicare?
Online.
Oh my. We'll boldly go to socialsecurity.gov.
Let's go kick the tires.
If you'd like to forever remember the Lights, Camera, Action event, postcards of the scenes representing 5 phases of the event are now available for purchase. Cards will be sold at the following locations: the Holiday Boutique at Wilson Park on December 11th, at the Torrance Historical Society on December 11th through the 18th, at the Torrance Area Chamber of Commerce, and at the city's Community Services Department on Tuesday, December 13th, and at the Downtown Torrance Antique Fair on December 18th. Make sure to check websites for available business hours. Cash or checks are accepted. And for more information, go to torrancecentennial.org.
And finally, there's an old saying that Christmas is for children, and one group of volunteers wants to make sure a special group of kids has a great holiday. Reporter Hiba Samad explains.
It was a bright night for Trinity Kids Care staff and Red Car Brewery as Christmas lights were lit to begin collecting donations for families with children that have terminal life illnesses.
That's kind of why I like this time of year with our kids, because we actually get to see them be kids. Sometimes with life-limiting illnesses, they have to be so mature and grown up, and you forget to allow them to be children.
The Byers family came out to support the Trinity Kids Care Hospice program. With kids of their own, they can't imagine what these families are going through.
I think about how much I love my children and how difficult that must be for parents to go through that. So to think that we can ease the burden and make it a little easier, it's important.
Trinity Kids Care Hospice program is the only children's hospice across Los Angeles and Orange County, catering to any family in need of hospice care. But Christmas for these families sometimes can be their last.
I got to watch these twin girls give to this family who wasn't even going to have a Christmas. We got them a tree, the family came over and literally gave them a Christmas, and it was beautiful for the family that gave, but it was also beautiful for that mom and that 17-year-old girl, and she's not with us anymore, so it was her last Christmas.
Jamie Andrews will be spending Christmas Eve with another family this year, but Trinity Kids Care staff hopes this will bring awareness to the program.
We're the only hospice that cares for children who are in end-of-life situations, which people don't really understand much about and don't really want to talk about.
But Brad Byer spoke to his children and donated stars on behalf of them.
I tried to tell them. I tried to explain to the kids about other kids that they're not able to do as things they can. So I don't know. I hope they understand. If not now, at some point. But it's important to know, that everybody's not as lucky as they are.
You can still come on into the Red Car Brewery and light up a child's life by donating a star on this Trinity Kids Care Tree.
We get the privilege of seeing these families during the holiday season and giving them gifts and giving them what you're allowing us to give them. So we get to see that.
Andrews also says she walks away knowing how important life is.
And what these families teach me is you may not have any moments left. So to be present in the moment is super important.
For CitiCABLE 3, I'm Hiba Samad.
Thanks, Hiba. The tree will be up at the Red Car Brewery until January 3rd. And that's going to do it for us on This Week in Torrance. I'm Ben McCain.
And I'm Chun. If you've missed any portion of our show, you can catch us again at 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.